Well, pitter patter, let's get the fuck at her. It's Joe the Bull Guy, and welcome to the bullpen. As always, we got Jimbo with us. Nicole is out sick tonight,
Oh,
and Diluted Trooper passed out, so he's asleep on the couch right now. He's like, I don't know, you wee shite bag. How the fuck you done? And I'm like, I don't know. I just drink a lot of coffee and bourbon, and it fuels my hate fire, I guess. Um, So we got Carl that is probably going to be popping in and out like fucking herpes after going to Ghana, only because he's been drinking. So this should get interesting. And put the sex robot down, Carl. Put it down. Anyway,
Carl.
he's going to have those cheeks clapping on that.
I'll tell my goddamn fucking secrets.
Listen, get back in your home. Anyway, and those energy drinks. I have been drinking those energy drinks. Have you tried any of G? They're fucking amazing. The so aimbot actually
What's up, G?
they came out with gummies too. So just shameless plug, but aimbot, it's in my TikTok shop. It's also in the link above. They got gummies too. The shit actually works. It's zero crash, zero calories, no sugar, and you just mix it with water. It's fucking amazing. Jim, how was your week?
Crazy, busy. I'm glad tomorrow. I'm glad it's Saturday, and then have a day off Sunday.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, this week fucking sucked.
Yeah,
And I hate to say it. No, I appreciate you, G. The it's like you think when it rains, it pours, right? Here's the thing. I could let all the bad shit that happened this week define me and fuck up my mood. Hey, Vern, and really, absolutely, uh, just fuck with my mental headspace, and I'm not allowing it. So, I got to put the dog down next week. That's not something I want to do, right? So that's a lot of shit. I got rent and everything due. My nipples itchy for some reason. Don't fucking come for me. I don't know why. I just started. Maybe it needs tweaked. I said it. I don't know. It's been a hot minute. That loofah fucking ran out of the bathroom. You control the narrative, no matter the situation. Facts, bud.
cheers to that. You know,
Salute. I am actually not drinking because I am going out and driving here in a bit, so I apologize. But salute, Slancha.
Have Joe's too. Cheers.
There you go. But yeah, I mean, like, my job is causing a bunch of fucking stress. I was in the hospital this week. Yeah, fun time. So Wednesday, I actually went to the hospital. It was a good time. I ended up popping, which luckily a lot of it's gone, but I popped every blood vessel on both sides of my eyes. And it was basically due to like stress induced some bullshit. So I started really taking stock into it. And I said, you know what? I've been struggling to try to just keep afloat. I'm juggling 50 fucking thousand things, right? Like I'm trying to start the comedy stuff that's taken off. The podcast is doing great. TikTok, it is what it is. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to take some money out of my 401k. I'm going to put it in my pocket. I'm going to pay off the rent a little bit. I'm going to take some things and I'm going to talk to my doctor about taking a hiatus from work for a little bit. Good. And see what we can do. And
you should, as you should.
I mean, here's my thing. Like, stress is a silent killer. We all deal with it differently. And honestly, like me personally, I dive into this shit, right? Like when it's a stressful situation, I thrive. You and I both do, Jim. That's why we had the jobs we had, right? That's literally when your back is against the wall and everything is either fight or flight, you and I both choose fight. And that's we don't run from it. We don't back down. Those nozzle nuts, they back down real quick if the cat's still in the tree. I'm just saying it, Carl. No, but that's the thing. Carl, get your fucking ass up here. But I swear, if I have to tell you to go back to your home, look, he's jumping up quick as fuck. Look at him. He's like popping in and out of here like a fucking,
bring out the gift.
crown.
Bring out the gimp.
He's like, oh shit, I'm in. He tagged me in. He fucking tagged me in. Holy shit. Bring out the gimp. You know what? Carl would make a good gimp.
He said he's got that leather zipper face masky thingy.
Yo, shut the fuck up. Yeah, I don't. You know what, Carl? What you do in the privacy of your own bedroom, I don't want to fucking know about. But anyway, I always say don't do anything I wouldn't do. Farm animals and family, and I kind of feel like I have to reiterate those two with you. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I love you, Carl.
We're just joking.
No, but
Oh, of course.
yeah, you want to see the robot hands? It ain't robot hands, bro. It's the whole ass is underneath the desk, just going back and forth, going, Carl, Carl.
Set this Alexa off.
Dude, I mean, for fuck's sake. But so here, I'll tell you the story what happened when I went to the hospital. So it was kind of fucked up, kind of funny, but not really. So stress will fucking kill you. End of story. So we're gonna try to figure out how to de-stress and make sure everything works out, and we'll be fine. But I get to the hospital and my chest feels like it's about to like explode. My arm is fucking hurting, right? Like I'm thinking, okay, this is like heart attack number 3, right? So my eyes twitching, they're bloodshot. I look like I just fucking hung out with Snoop Dogg and Willie Nelson, right? And I walk in, and the woman at the desk, she's like, "Can I help you?" And I'm like, yeah. And she goes, "What are you here for?" This is an ER, right? And she goes, "Yeah." I said, "Okay, I'm here for the fucking Reuben." And she looked at me, and I said, "No, I'm here."
Hang Wachowski.
Right. Like, I swear to God, okay, so she was like the chick from Monsters Inc. and fucking Scrubs, right? So I'm like, "Ma'am, I don't feel well. I feel shaky. I feel dizzy. My vision's a little blurry. My eyes are all bloodshot." And she's like, "Are you on the reefer?" I was like, "Ma'am, no, I'm not. Like, this is clearly, I swear to God." And I was like, "I don't know if it's pink eye. I don't know what it is, right?"
I'm
like,
not laughing at your situation.
No, yeah, like who the fuck? First of all, who the fuck uses the word reefer anymore? I mean, for fuck's sake, weed, pot, like reefer of all fuck reefer.
The Lord's lettuce. Come on.
Listen, you leave the devil's lettuce out of this, but reefer, like, what are we in 1960s reefer madness, right? Like, fuck out of here. So she's like, "Okay, sit down." So I sit down. She puts the fucking sleeve on. She puts a little thing on my finger, and her eyes fucking bulge out of her fucking head. And I'm like, "What's going on?" And she's like, "Oh, well, nothing. Can you come with me, please?" And I go to get up to walk back there, right? Like back to get admitted into the ER. And I go to stand up and walk, and she goes, "Oh, no." And she snapped her fingers. Another nurse came over, guy nurse, threw me into a chair. And I mean, he fucking flew. Dude, it felt like fucking NASCAR. Okay. I thought Jeff Gordon was pushing my fucking thing. I shot back. Like, this is what I would assume Christopher Reeves moving at like mock Jesus in his wheelchair, right? Like he's just blowing away.
Nobody makes fun of Superman, man.
Right, you know what I mean? Like up and away, faster than a moving rascal, but it's funny because I told a joke on Wednesday about Christopher Reeves at a strip club and what it looked like, and then after I said it, I felt like fucking shit. But it was funny. It was funny. But anyway, so I get back there, and let me tell you, okay. Jim, you've known me now how long? Quite a while, right?
Yeah,
right.
A few years now, brother.
How many times have I said that Latina redheads are A, weakness, and B, a red flag for me?
Bro.
Right. So
going.
Right. So with, unlike nozzle nuts, they go for like librarians, public servants like you and myself. For some reason, we go for nurses. I don't know. Doesn't make sense. I think it's the scrubs. I think it's the fact that we want somebody.
Nurses.
Right. Well, this one could have been both. She could have been both. I'm just saying. So she comes in.
They wear them scrubs so snug.
Listen, these were fig scrubs, by the way. So they're like $95 for like the bottom part and $95 for the top part. And she walks in and she just smiles. Okay. And I'm like,
that was it. You're done.
I'm looking at her. No, Carl. I felt like shit. Okay. Like why I'm describing her the way I didn't happen until after the fact, right? Like she walks in and she's smiling and I feel like death. And she walks over and she goes, Hola, mijo. I'm like, what? And she goes, mijo, what brings you in today? What brings me in today? I don't know. I'm trying to catch a fucking bus. What do you think brings me in today? And she's reading my chart and she goes, you have some chest pain, some blurred vision, a little dizzy. And I'm like, yeah. She goes, mijo, we fix you up. And I'm like, okay. And then she goes, oh. And I go, what's all about? And she goes, you need surgery. I went, what? And well, I go, what? And she goes, ha, mija, got you. You're Joe the Bull guy on TikTok. We watch you every night. And I'm like, fucking hell. Right? I am pissed. Right? I am like, I am not that guy. Meanwhile, I forgot that I have my fucking shirt on, right? That has my big ass on it. Right. So I'm like, that's not me. She's like, oh, mijo, we know it's you. We know it's you. And I'm like, okay, great. So we run some tests. Some shit comes back. She comes in and she goes, you really need to relax. And I was like, yeah. And she goes, you want a massage? And I'm like, now at this point, now we already know what's going on, right? Yeah, right. So I'm like,
I help you relax, puppy.
oh, listen, look, well, naughty night nurses of Jersey ran through.
Oh,
yeah. Of course, Carl remembers that movie. No,
that's where I was going, G. That's where I was going, G.
Yeah, the 9/16 of an inch is just a little, and it's done. No, but then she goes, do you want to relax? I'll give you a massage. And I started like looking at her. I'm like, when the fuck did the hospital give a massage? She goes, mijo, I got you. And walked out. I'm like, this bitch calls me mijo one more time. And I'm like, I had no idea what it meant. I don't speak Spanish. So I had not a fucking clue. And it means my son, right? And I'm like, I do not have a mommy complex. That's for goddamn sure. But yeah, it was fucking.
At least she didn't call you Poppy.
I kind of would have preferred her to call me Poppy than son. I mean, she was younger than me, for fuck's sake. I mean, I felt like
room 4. We need a mop in room 4.
Bro, listen. No, gee, I think it was the strip club down the street, to be fair. No, it was the hospital. And I met a couple of the other nurses that came in and they were like, oh, we really like your stuff on the podcast and we really like your videos. And I'm like, can we just make sure that I'm okay? Like, I appreciate that you like it, but I'd like to get back to it. And then they were like, oh, why are you in such a hurry? You just really had a traumatic event go on. Like to your body, you should really rest, really. And we would like to keep you overnight. I'm like, you're out of your fucking element. I'm staying here, especially with y'all three idiots, going, mija, like, shit, please, no, stop. So,
real quick, before I forget, I was just reminded that with your sensitivity to these certain areas, if you are taking certain medications, especially sinus meds, they enhance those sensitivity.
Oh no, I'm not taking no. Vern, I love you. Thank you, by the way. It's not because of sinus medication. No, not at all. No, I used some. I have sensitive skin. I'm a delicate flower. It's a lie. Okay. Did you just shoot bourbon out of your fucking nose? I can't. He just shot. Do you waste 4 roses through your fucking nose? You better swallow it, bitch. Be a good girl for daddy. Swallow it. No.
You got him.
But yeah, no. So like, I just, you fucked me up with that. I can't even.
Under my eyes here, buddy.
There's so many things to be said with that. But they're like, why the fuck are you? Good girl, don't waste it. Mine is because of that. Oh, okay. Well, fair. Got it. Well, okay, yeah. So that's where. Thank you, Vern, for bringing. bringing the shit back. So I can't use certain detergents because I guess it fucks with my skin. Like it causes like almost like a blistering. Like
Yes,
it's something in
that
it.
is
So,
true.
well, I mean, it's true with me, Carl. I mean, some people have allergies to things. Some women are allergic to latex. I'm just saying. I mean,
Well, yeah.
it is what it is. Apparently, Carl's allergic to some shit. Apparently, what baby oil? Were you at Diddy's house? Where?
No.
He's
Listen,
now immune. He's now
listen.
immune to baby oil.
Carl, point on the little astronaut where Diddy hurt you. Go ahead.
You son of a bitch.
He said, "It's too bad eggs are so expensive."
Right? Yeah. But
I'm allergic to Rogaine.
apparently, if I would sue the shit.
I
out of
literally
you,
just
Carl.
shaved completely today, so we're good.
Carl, I do not need to hear about you shaving your balls. Okay, I don't. Oh, you meant your head. Got it. Got
Yes.
it. Okay. I thought he went with balls for the robot, so he didn't get tangled into fucking,
Gee, thanks a lot.
AI Johnny over there. Did you? You did name it Johnny, didn't you? Did what was you saying that you named it like
he said,
like after Johnny 5? I'm just asking, man. I don't know.
No, I don't have one of those robots that you keep talking about.
That's denial's the first step to admitting you have a problem, Carl. Anyway, so back to the ER bullshit. So I'm getting ready to leave, and they're like, "Well, you're not leaving," and I'm like, "What are you gonna do? You're gonna hold me down?" And the one girl goes, "Mijo," and I was like, "Listen, if you call me Mijo one more time and threaten to hold me down, I'm gonna tell you you're threatening me with a good time, and I'm gonna probably get kicked out of this hospital or thrown in handcuffs. So please just let me leave the damn hospital." And she said, "Where are you running to?" And I'm like, she goes, "You're not going on TikTok. It's Wednesday." I'm like, this bitch has my whole fucking schedule. The whole ER had it. They literally watch it. I swear to God, they watch it in the fucking ER. I guess we're awake. They're awake. They find it humorous. Thanks for the donut. I don't fucking know. So,
Bird!
no, no, he splurged for it. So Carl forego the toupee and bought the sex doll after that episode that Nicole almost broke the fucking chair that G said he would buy it.
Joe,
I'm
you
just
helped me
saying,
get the damn sex doll.
I did no such thing. Don't you dare spread that rumors around. You and Reddit found that doll. So I go to leave. And she just looks at me and she's like, you shouldn't leave. And I'm like, look, I'm leaving. And she's like, where are you running to? And I'm like, I have a comedy show downtown that I have to go get to. So I started running late to the comedy show, right? So I rush my ass off. I get there and I'm like, I don't even feel good. Like, I'm gonna go do this. I gotta muscle through this because this is how you're not gonna feel well every day. You gotta go do what you're doing. So are you going to share it?
God damn it, Fern.
Vern, are you asking if he's sharing the doll? Because no, I don't think Jim or I want to put anything near that doll. Or do you mean the comedy show? As soon as I can figure out a decent way to record it to where the sound sounds good, I'm putting it on here. Oh no, he does. He does have a fucking legit sex robot. You could look it up. We did it on an episode. He asked Jim for the hair, like the hairline. What looked better? Was it like a landing strip, the little German, or was it the full bush? I'm just saying.
I was like full bush.
Carl did like the it looks like a Christmas tree, so it's a full bush with a little Hitler above it.
Crusty hair.
Right. He said he wanted it to look dirty, so he threw it in the mud. But just saying. So we start leaving, and then I'm like getting out of the hospital, and I'm like, "Fuck this, I'm going." She's like, "You're going to the comedy show?" I said, "Yeah." Just said, "Fine, go ahead and leave." Wouldn't you fucking know? I show up, I'm late. They're already there. The whole fucking ER staff is sitting there, right? Listen, he said those things warm up. They suck. They say things. It's like it's lubricated. Like,
You son of a bitch.
what do you mean? Why are you turning red? I used my loofah. Jim uses his hand. I mean, Vern just has to move her nipples on a shirt. I'm just saying, you have a doll. It happens. Nicole uses whatever's in front of her and then stares at it while it's stuck to the wall. That was the best. That was the best.
That was the best episode.
Her face when she threw it, it stuck, and then she just looked at it like. I was like, is she really gonna fucking do this? Like, I seriously thought she was about to just try to swallow it. I swear to God, I love her to death, but it shocked the piss out of me. Gee, you better go back in time and watch them because it was fucking hilarious. So, can I sit on her face? You could sit on Nicole's face. I'm sure she'd be okay with that. She might have you sit on hers. She sits on yours. I don't speak for Nicole, but you can ask her. I could tell you that chair's seen some shit. So, and just in the podcast, I could only imagine when no one's looking. But anyway, and we hope Nicole gets better, by the way. If you're listening, yes. I know you said you were listening, but really, I hope the headache goes away.
I hope it cheers her up. She's a rock. It cheers her up.
Yeah, I hope it does too. Somebody buying that fucking chair is going to cheer her up. I know that. Wally's talking about trying to get that fucking thing out of the house now that he bought another one for her. But it's not for her, it's for him, and she's still got to get one. So we're still in the same boat. Buy her a chair, you win the chair, and you got to pay for the shipping, and it's your chair. But
well, but anyway, still in the running for that, right?
Listen, man, we're gonna have to figure out an actual contest and figure out how to do it, and pull like a lottery like we do on TikTok and stuff, or do like a silent auction where we put the Cash App up there and try to do it that way. She has not washed it. I can tell you that right now. Yeah. Don't forget, you get the blanket and a pillow with it. So
just give me a sock, I'll be all right.
I show up to this fucking show, right? And the nurses are there. And nurses when they go out in packs and they get fucking hammered.
Yeah.
Hammered. So I get up on stage, like I'm already like, I might not do this. And they call me up. They're like, look, you're up right now. And I'm like, fuck, I just got it. They're like, you're up right now. And I'm like, here we go. Let's go. What?
Tell me, as soon as you're up there, you hear, Mijo.
No, but I worst.
I was just picturing that myself.
That's how I was like, bro, that would be classic.
I started telling the same story I'm telling you.
No,
I told you, and I was like, but I exaggerated, right? Like I stuck my ass out, puffed my chest out. And I was like, oh, mijo, how you doing, mijo? And she's fucking howling, right? This whole group, they're just fucking losing their shit. So afterwards, I get off, and they're like, now we see why you came down. And I was like, why? And they're like, because you're fucking hilarious. And I'm like, no, I try to make people laugh because the world's a shitty place around you, and sometimes you need a fucking giggle. Yeah. You have to, because if not, you're gonna fucking cry. Or buy a sex robot and name it John.
Big Bad John.
Look, he took that it was made in Thailand seriously. He borrowed Nicole's little suction cup thing, so it had a oh my God, I couldn't help myself. I'm sorry. But anyway, so that was my week in a nutshell. So that so from Monday's podcast through to Friday has just been like just one shit show after another. But you can sit there and wallow in it. You could make yourself go fucking crazy. But I had to calm myself down and say, you know what? I only got 5 minutes. That's all I got to focus on. 5 minutes. That's it. I call it a buzz, but Vern, what you have is a fucking jackhammer, okay? Listen, do not tell. Look, do you know one of these fucking toys is called the womanizer? You understand that, right? Like the toy itself looks like this fucking aimbot water bottle, and it fucking is called the womanizer. Now, tell me how I'm the abusive one in the relationship when you're beating the shit out of yourself with something called a womanizer. Does it come with a wife beater? like the little ATs? Like, does it have spiked hair and affliction shit when it comes in? Like, explain. I'm just kidding, Vern. I love you. I'm sorry. I never understood why they named a vibrator the womanizer. Like, call it, the lickalotopus or some shit like that, or the fucking vroom vroom to heaven womanizer. Like, that's like naming a fleshlight fucking alimony and child support. Like, but here's the thing: the fleshlight you don't have either.
Here's what I jack.
The fleshlight you don't have either. So I mean, it is what it is. It's your one-eyed Jack. Do you call it Captain Jack Sparrow? Because it beats a lot of yeah, I understand that. Listen, I got that. But does it come with a restraining order when you're done with it? Like, I'm just asking for a friend. And listen, before anybody comes for me, I'm not advocating for any kind of VD or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you name something that goes on the most sensitive part of your body that sounds like some dude with a pot belly, a white guinea tea, and I can say it, I'm Italian. I said guinea tea, and then literally wearing velour sweatpants with a chain around his neck, a cigarette in his hand, and a Budweiser in the other, going, Donna, come here. That's what you literally named a vibrator. Like,
in the last page of the instruction manual is a warrant for unpaid child support.
Yeah,
not VD. I meant DV. I'm sorry, man. I'm a little tired. I meant domestic violence, not venereal disease. Shit doesn't exist anymore. Penicillin cures everything, apparently. Carl doesn't need to know that, though. The only thing he needs is Norton antivirus for his cock. Sorry, bud. I mean, look, when you fuck AI fucks you. I'm just kidding, Carl. Carl's like, this motherfucker. Listen, the reason I'm picking on Carl before anybody also gets their panties in a twist is Carl decided to drink 100 proof Smoky Mountain moonshine. And then he looks at me and he smiles and he goes, look, I'm drinking 100 proof. And I look at Jim. Jim looks at me and I'm like, the bottle that's sitting next to me is 127 proof. And he just goes, show off. So yeah.
When was the last time you actually heard me drink?
The last time you cursed somebody out and told them that the amazing Mets was better. Boston. What'd you say?
I apologized to him.
I understand, but who the hell did he say was better than the other one? Robot gets jelly when he uses Siri. Listen, and before anybody thinks that I'm talking about them, because I do have a friend named Siri, this is a comment in the chat. And you know what? Here, let's just put that right up there. G. Morton at 103, just before it sounded inappropriate, and I'm pawning her off to Carl over here, who likes, Taiwanese hookers. Robots get jelly when he uses Siri. Sorry, G, not to call you out. I just didn't want to, But anyway, I digress. It was a fucked up week. I'm not gonna lie. The dog is, I think, the biggest thing.
I hope the
weekend. Oh, I got Trooper here. I mean, like, dude, this is 5 years in the making. Like, it's like the world's oldest fucking bromance, if you will. Like, I mean, it's gonna be the same when I meet you. I mean, for fuck's sake, when we show up in person, holy fuck, is it gonna be bad?
To
be fair, but yeah, it is what it is. I'll have a good weekend. I always do. I always have a good day, even when it's the shittiest day. But when life's kicking you in the balls, you gotta pull up your pants and put on your nut cup and get the fuck out there. I'm not saying nut up and shut up. I'm not saying don't talk about it. I'm not saying don't let it bother you. Don't voice it. It's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying you could either choose to let it consume you, like Carl and that sex doll, or you can fight it. You can fight
also,
it.
too, you got to go to your support group to say, hey, let me vent and get it out.
And it might not even be a group. It might just be one person. It might be that person that you call at 4:30 in the morning that while you're drunk in Virginia at a tattoo convention and you're just like, fuck this, I'm done. And it's the voice of reason, or it's the person that's on the other end of the phone that tells you, listen, you could sit in the fire or you can get the fuck out of it. But
Sure.
the path out of it's a lot easier than sitting there and getting burned. So, I mean, that's the thing. And it's okay not to be okay. It is perfectly fine to be no diamond comes out looking like a polished diamond. It comes out looking like a piece of coal, gets beat down, broke down, grinded, cut, it gets faceted, and every facet tells a story, and they're still never perfect. So the point of the whole story is that when life fucks with you, fuck with it back. Grab it by the balls, pull it by its hair consensually. It's 2025, okay? We're any fucking, Gen, whatever the fuck it's on now, some gluten intolerant shit. But
And Joe, and you are practicing what you preach.
yeah, I have to, because if I didn't, I was a hypocrite.
And that's 100%, brother.
Well, I appreciate it. I mean, I've called you.
Same.
There have been days that I have been on the fucking, and I don't want to say proverbial ledge, but about to lose my fucking mind, and I needed to talk to somebody. Troopers, another one.
No
There's very
offense,
few people
Joe.
to open up to.
Look at what I went through today. Okay?
Yeah.
You two guys are my family, and I went to you guys.
You did.
I'll admit it. I went to you guys to pretty much calm myself down of what I was told today.
Yeah.
I mean, there are times that, Carl, though, you shouldn't come to us, though. Like when you got your dick stuck in the sex robot, you shouldn't have came
You
to us.
son of a bitch.
I'm kidding. No, Carl, no, not to take away from it. No, you did come to us. You came to me, and
I
I'm
also
always
told
here.
Jim too.
Yeah,
Because like I said, you guys are family to me.
I know. I figured, and I was making a little joke to try to get you to crack up a little bit, but
Oh yeah.
you know, and that's the thing. It doesn't matter if you have a team, one person, but don't be silent. That's the biggest thing. And I had a buddy that reminded me of that the other day. Good friend of mine, plays hockey, awesome human being. Stood up for what was right. Also was in the same field that you and I were, Jim. He's retired out of it now, but stood up for what he believed in, and people are fucking dragging his shit through the mud horribly. And what he stood up for is actually very admirable, but what it did was is put a lot of things in the fucking in like the crosshairs. And his brother and my sister had similar stories, right? And it's not my story to tell. That's why I'm being very convoluted with it, because I'm going to have him come on and he's going to tell his own story. But and I think that it would be a good one to do on Nicole's podcast, because she does with the recovery and stuff like that. So it would definitely be one of those ones that I would co-host with her. And and that's the
Vern,
thing.
we appreciate that comment.
Vern, we love you. Anytime. Look, Jimbo's got my number. I'm sure you got Jimbo's number. Go reach out. He'll send it to you. Hit me up anytime you need to. Actually, you have a way to reach me too, if you need it. And that's the thing. I had several people this week, and that's what got me through the week, right? Like, and I don't know, maybe that sounds selfish, but I was losing my mind. I felt like shit. I started answering a bunch of messages like I normally do. And I got ones like, hey, thanks for being you, right? Because of you, I reconsidered this. And I could have done something dumb, and I didn't. And you remind me every day that I'm awesome, and you say hello to me, and that's all that I needed to change my day. I'm kind to people. I do what I want done to me. Like, I would like if someone saw me crouched down in the street losing my mind, not to think that I'm crazy, but to think that I have a problem, that maybe I need help, right? It's that stigma, and not to get all men's mental health on it, right? But if you see a woman sitting in the middle of the street and she's breaking down into tears, 99% of the population will run over and see if they're okay. You see a guy in the same situation and they think he's homeless, crazy, or delusional, or a danger to society, and they don't look at him as a human being that just has an issue. So there's that stigma there, right? But we're also the stigma. We bear the world on our shoulders. We fucking grit our teeth. We do what we're supposed to. At the end of the day, sometimes,
But
the
it's Joe.
stigma
It's
is,
also like the old saying is one kindness will turn somebody's bad day into a better day.
yeah,
Because
one small
we never
act.
know what somebody's going through.
There's a pretty popular YouTube clip that floats around every now and then, and it's I believe it was, I forget what state it was in. A state trooper pulled a vehicle over, or stopped at a vehicle pulled over, and approached the man, and he was 100% a wreck, crying, like couldn't control his speech, like just. First, the officer was like, being officer
That
safety,
it's a veteran.
and he was like, I'm losing my shit. He's like, I tried to call the VA. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what to do. And the trooper, who was also a vet,
Mm-hmm. I think that was Connecticut.
pulled him out.
Yeah.
He goes, "Can I give you a hug?" And he said, "Yes, please." Dude, I love
Yeah.
Sometimes you need it.
That was, I believe, Connecticut. Yeah, I see that around a lot.
That's it.
And he's like, dude,
Vernon,
it's
that's
okay.
fine.
It's okay. I'm here to talk to you. I'm not doing anything. Let me just talk with you. And he got the guy out, gave him a hug, sat him down, crying. And he's like, listen, let's just talk.
He got him to the VA too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all.
Vern, you're correct. One kindness can save a life.
That's it. That's the point I was trying to make. It's one simple act of kindness.
So here's what I'm going to challenge everybody, since you know what, we're going to wrap up early tonight, because I do have Diluted Trooper here, and I'm going to go try to hang out with him a little bit. I'm going to go wake his ass up, drag him out, and see what we can go get into.
And
I will 100%, and I hope Jim, maybe tomorrow night you and I can hop on with him, and we'll just bullshit for like 20 minutes and drop it as a recorded episode.
Yeah, brother. We should be done work around.
Or we could do it Sunday morning if you want. You could do it Sunday morning too. Oh, no,
Got
okay.
my youngest daughter church thing for a confirmation.
No, you're good. We'll do it tomorrow night. No worries. Here's what I'd like to challenge everybody that's in here who's listening. By the time we go to the next podcast, which is on Monday, and it doesn't have to stop there, but do something nice for someone, whether it's pay for a cup of coffee, say hello to someone random, just helping somebody put the groceries into a car that look like they might be struggling. Obviously, please ask first. Don't be dumb and just grab shit out of someone's hand. Don't do that.
Well, here,
make
Joe,
sure
real quick, what you were just saying. Yesterday, I went to the supermarket to buy food for the house. I saw a gentleman, elderly gentleman, and one of those motorized scooters. He was looking at the sodas. I was like, sir, if you need something from the top shelf, let me know. I'll get it for you. Just be nice.
Well, and that's the thing, right? That's what I'm challenging all as listeners. I want you to go. I know you do, G. I want you guys to just try to do one more than you normally do. Just try to reach out to somebody. Just, you never know. You never know. Vern, it's called a Permane sandwich. It's a local Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh spot. They opened up a couple across the state and then down into Florida. But it's an old steel mill thing. So what happened is that the steel mill workers couldn't eat fries, a sandwich, and a hot coffee in their break time. So what they did was they put Carl was the old man. He was eyeing them up. He was I think he was Vietnamese. Carl has this weird obsession with
Carl's first words were, "So what's her name?"
Right. Right. He's like, could I sit on your lap and take a spin? So
Sorry.
Try to do that. Sorry. No, you're good. You're good. Try to do one act of kindness. Just see what you can do, because you never know how that could change somebody's day.
Exactly.
The Permane sandwich. So they put the fries on the sandwich to make it easier, so they could hold it with one hand and drink a cup of coffee with the other. So nice. That's how that sandwich went. So, dude, when you come out here, we'll grab one. I mean, to me, it's a sandwich because I live out here, right? But like when people come here, they're like, "Holy fuck!" So when Diluted tried it, he's like, "What the fuck is this?" And I'm like, dude, it's a sandwich. He's like, the portions here are out of fucking control. And I'm like,
Oh
dude,
yeah.
so I showed him. I was like, look, this is how you eat it. And he goes, what are you doing? I'm like, you take your whole hand and you push straight down. And you literally just squash the shit out of it, grab it. And I held it in one hand. And he's like, you're holding that? And I'm like, home. And I just ate the whole thing. Nothing in the beard, nothing anywhere, just fucking soured. He's like eating it, shit's dripping out. He's got a piece of fucking corned beef hanging down. Like, it was fucking priceless. But
meanwhile, they break our balls so much, but especially in Scotland, the shit they fry and eat is crazy. It's delicious, but it's crazy. Everything. They fry everything.
Haggis. Let's just talk about
I love haggis.
That's what, and you know what, Carl, that's why I knew you were weird. No, I'm kidding. I'm just messing around. But on that note, it was a joke. Jim, it was a joke. The sex robot's what makes Carl weird, not the haggis. But anyway, guys, remember to be good or be good at it. Also, you're amazing, and tomorrow's a much better day with you in it. So we'll see you on Monday. Do something nice for yourself this weekend. Do something nice for somebody, and I challenge you to do that. And Carl, you know, when you're drinking 100 proof moonshine, make sure that you take the fucking umbrella out. It's not that kind of drink. It's not